Don't just stand there, do something. This is great advice for a lot of areas of life, but not with investing. And it seems kind of backwards that we would go through all of the work to be active as investors, researching individual companies and picking individual stocks, only to just do absolutely nothing when the market is giving us a beating. But this is exactly the thing we should do, so why is it so difficult? The human brain is wired to react. When the crap hits the fan, we feel like we need to do something because our fight or flight instincts kick in. Right now, there are two general videos that I'm noticing on YouTube Finance. The first is the freak out one, everyone talking about how bad this might be or how horrible the sell-off is, and this has been championed by MeetKevin selling his entire portfolio. However, there's a second type of video where people just tell you to just calm down and everything's gonna be okay, and they act as that voice of reason when chaos is everywhere. Taking action and making moves gets clicks. It's exciting. Doing nothing, on the other hand, is boring, and this is why successful investors are few and far between. Now, let me ask you the following question. Are Apple and Microsoft 10 to 15% less valuable than they were a week ago? Disney is now 30% off of its all-time highs. Are they 30% less productive as a business? And what about PayPal? PayPal is down almost 50% from its previous all-time high. Does PayPal now produce 50% less revenue, 50% less net income and cash flows? No. In fact, all of these companies are exactly the same as they were just a few weeks ago. Nothing about these companies is any different. They're the exact same as they were before the sell-off took place. It's really important to remember what we first learned about stocks, which is that we own a piece of a real company with real employees and produces real products and services that generate actual revenue and net income. We don't own a piece of paper, we own part of productive businesses. Now, let's add a bit of nuance to the discussion since that's what we do here on this channel. Let's say a company was 25% overvalued before the downturn. Now, after a bit of a sell-off, the stock might just be fairly priced and not actually underpriced. This is a bit of a bummer, especially if you bought this type of company before the sell-off began. Not every sell-off means that stocks are now cheap, and this is especially true of certain companies that are unprofitable and start to miss on their expectations or their growth targets. These companies are more difficult to value to begin with, so a sell-off might not necessarily mean that prices are attractive once again. However, if you mostly own blue chip, well-established companies, these businesses can be relatively accurately priced. So if it's fair value before a sell-off and then after a sell-off, it's likely to be underpriced or a good purchase as a long-term investment. The more established a company, the easier it is to determine the value, and the more speculative or early days a company, the more challenging it can be. So to wrap all of this up, if you're not making short-term, time-sensitive bets, then there's really nothing you need to do in a market sell-off situation except perhaps roll up your sleeves and buy additional shares at cheaper prices. Don't just do something, stand there is the new phrase. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, comment down below, and consider subscribing. Until that next one, peace.